Dr. Carnes, how you doing today, sir? Good to see you today. Appreciate you.
Ultimate blessing, doing well. How are you?
Amen. Although we can't see you, ladies and gentlemen, we can definitely see you in the chat, see you in the network, of course, on the messages. Thank you so much for being with us today. And those who are joining us live, thank you so much for your time today. And those who will be joining us later, thank you again for supporting and being a part of your midday moment. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dr. Larry Carnes over there, ladies and gentlemen. Elder Kevin Vaughan here with you today. And for those who may be new to the network, as we've been pushing this out all over the place, we talk about the power of transformation, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You will not get this in your school. You will not get this in your necessarily in your church. Necessarily, you may not get this in your Bible study, even, ladies and gentlemen, or in your study period. How about that? Or in your training, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to encourage you guys to definitely pay attention today and go back and listen to some of the previous ones as well. We got that available for you. We can get you to the YouTube channel so you can see them all that Doc and I have posted on there. So we've got a channel just for that now. So feel free to hit me up. We'll get you that link as well. So thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This is a powerful day. It's a beautiful day in the state of Georgia. And welcome to your midday moment. Thank you so much, Doc, for your time.
Well, optimum blessing. Of course, we extend the optimum blessing to those who are watching, to those who are going to watch. You know, we've been talking about some things, several things. We were we talked about forgiveness, which is a biggie.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about, life empowerment and some core principles, some core values that has to do as our lives are empowered. So we talk about transformation and empowerment during our drive. And so the midday drive. So we talked about enlightenment, yesterday, and we talked about knowing yourself, self-knowledge. That's what we were speaking about. And so when you think about self-knowledge, I want you to do this. Be authentic and honest with yourself and write down some things. I want you to make 2 lists. Now, this may strike you as being crazy, but I had to do it I've done it. I'm telling you, I've done it, you all. Learn who you are. I need to learn who I am. In learning who I am, watch this. You're going to have to write down things that you like about yourself. Make a list of things you like about yourself. At the same time, make a list of things that you don't like about yourself.
Did that before.
Number 3. Things that people say they like about you. And number 4, things people say they don't like about you. See, that's that secret survey. Remember, I've talked sometimes, said sometimes you have to do a secret survey in order to find out your true you, because we can have a false facade of who we are. Now, at the same time, being mindful, you have to mic check it now, bring balance to it. The opinion of others plus your performance doesn't equate to your value, your self-worth, and your significance.
Amen.
You got to get that. So you got to bring a balance to that. So we're not allowing those things to determine our value, our self-worth, and our significance. What we are doing is opening ourselves up to receive truth and identify some areas in our lives where we can make some necessary adjustments. Remember, if it's repeated over and over and over and it's coming from different sources, there may be a possibility that there's some truth to it. See? So now, write those things down. And things I like about myself, things I don't like about myself, things that people say they like about me, things that people say they don't like about me. It's okay. That's part of transformation.
Absolutely.
And the renewing the spirit of the mind, where we don't allow, see, this is where you're going to control your thinking, control your thoughts, control your emotions. If people can say things that they don't like about you and your emotions quickly go somewhere, you're out of control.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you feel like you got to come on see, they say this and immediately you got to give a justification, or you trying to justify, or you trying to fight back. That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I learned something from one of my, again, say protege. I say she's a mentor, but we were having discussion, and when people say things that are negative, and sometimes instead of standing there arguing, going back and forth, say, you know what? Thank you for your opinion.
Yeah, I love that.
You could be right.
That's right. I love that response. That's good to know.
And keep it moving, but consider it.
Yeah, that's right.
And so in that process, so now let me give you an example of what I do. I've done this exercise. I told you this thing was back in, what did I say?
2012, I think it was.
2012.
Mm-hmm.
Things I like about myself:
Mm-hmm.
honest, loyal, authentic,
Mm-hmm.
faithful, committed to family and relationships, trustworthy, dependable. Well, I know that's me, but I had heard this from other people also. It's in the book, The Law of Servanthood, what people said. Things I don't like about myself: not financially secure, failed at marriages, no transportation at that time, don't own my home, failed as a pastor. So you got to be honest. Made bad decisions. Now I say I failed as a pastor. Others say I was successful, but in my sight, it was a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Now see how transparent I'm willing to be to give you all an example of being authentic and then coming into the process of transformation.
Yeah, Doc.
It takes humility. You don't have a reputation. So you got to be willing. The reputation gone. If you're trying to hold reputation, transformation is not going to happen.
Yep.
Come on, talk to us.
Oh, man, that's great. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, hey, this is your midday moment. Dr. Larry Carnes, Elder Kevin Vaughan here with you. Doc, I went back. I think most of us know that's been in the industry for a while, working for somebody else. Part of your training, you had to go through some of this. It depended on what type of training you needed. But I remember, Doc, we had that same type exercise. It wasn't so detailed. It was more oriented toward the workplace, of course. It wasn't that detailed. But I remember you had to come clean on some areas, in order to get through that particular training. And the other area, Doc, I remember doing this was, I remember a while back in a men's conference or a men's Bible study. And I literally asked the brothers, this was for me at the time because I just needed to ask the brothers. I just wanted to ask the brothers, I said, guys, tell me what I need to do to improve. I literally asked that question. So I wanted to know, is there something I need to improve on while I'm working here at the church? And they told me what I needed to do, what they thought about it. The thing though, Doc, was what I had to understand is you can't get mad at the results.
Yeah.
You can't get upset about whatever. You can't stop blaming the devil, about what they said and, the Lord rebuke you and all that stuff. You can't be doing all that stuff. You just have to listen. Now, what was the key part of that, Doc, is I asked the question, right? So
Yeah.
they just responded to that. So, but I was open to learning more about, because one thing we cannot do, folks, I cannot read nobody's mind. So it's always good to hear some feedback. I just happened to do that with the brothers one day and said, hey, I just wanted to hear some feedback and see what areas I need to improve. I said, and Doc said, and in my mind, I said, maybe they're right. I didn't say that. I just said, maybe they're right in my head, and kept it moving. So, and guess what? We still got some great friendships today with those brothers today because
Yeah.
they were able to come together in that area. So, Doc, that is such a great exercise. For me, it was a great exercise, ladies and gentlemen, because it kind of brought out some things that I was trying to improve on, right? I was just trying to get better. And then
Yeah, but see, the thing is, remember, you're doing this about yourself. Now that's an outside.
Yeah.
See, many people want acknowledged for themselves.
Right. Yeah.
So now they want other people, but no, when I get honest with myself.
Gotta do it. Yeah, gotta do it.
And I wrote these things down, and so I just shared them because, see, what I saw.
Mm-hmm. Good exercise, folks.
Now, and so I had to be able to say it. Now, you know that there are people who say, no, you were successful as a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
But now, from my perspective and some decisions, some things and stuff like that, I say, well, maybe I failed as a pastor. Now, this is why it says that, because I made a decision not to, when some things took place with the board and all this, then I made a decision. And later on, God said, well, I could have handled that. And he kind of said, like, you kind of abandoned my people. To me, that's a failure. But he knew the process, and he knew I was going to make that decision because I didn't want to cause something to take place at the church.
Yeah.
But what I didn't do was contact my covering and my advisor prior to. I failed because I did not practice a principle that I teach. I'm being transparent with you all so that you can get this. I reacted and didn't respond. And I teach, you never react, you respond. Learned my lesson. I started to learn the lesson.
Yeah, that's it, Doc, right there. We learned the lesson.
There were a few more other situations where I reacted.
Yeah.
But they became less. And just recently something came up and I was about to react. And then I said, wait a minute. Let me meditate on this thing. Don't react. I spoke to myself. Don't react.
Yeah.
Respond.
Yeah. That's it.
So very powerful when you take those things. So, when you take things like that, you have to
yeah. You talk about taking punches, boy.
Yeah.
A few spiritual punches, that is, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Doc, that's, for me, it was very powerful because, you're looking to grow, right? You're looking to grow. You respect the people you're around, and how much more, would you not want to get feedback from the people you respect and, you like to hang around and be with. And of course, men, when we get together with men, they're going to be honest in some situations anyway. So it's always good to get that feedback. You talk about iron sharpen iron. You don't think my iron got sharpened that day, Doc? My iron got sharpened that day because I heard from the brothers, and I heard from some mentors. And we're talking about men of God now that love the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was powerful.
Now that's powerful. Now at the same time, see, that's important. We got to look, okay, are there when a person responds or reacts or give you feedback, are they authentic? Are they going to be honest, or do they have ulterior motives? They just don't like you, so you ain't going to get no positive feedback from them.
Exactly, yeah.
But still, thank you for your opinion. You could be right.
Yep, exactly, Doc.
That's why I like to do the blind thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know who said it, where it came from.
Yeah. And that's knowing
what. But you can look at it based upon your interaction with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can just about determine, okay, I know where this came from.
Yeah, you'll know some of that. That's for sure. I know in the workplace, Doc, you're right. It was blind. They didn't want you to put your name on there, but you could figure out who said something sometime based on your interaction with people. But the goal is to try to keep the peace too at the same time, right?
Yeah.
While you're in those settings, specifically in the workforce, we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, mainly. And pretty much in any setting nowadays, I would say now you definitely want to do that today. Probably keep the peace. So, but it's all what they call constructive criticism, right? Doc, you used that before. Constructive criticism. And that's what we also ask for. And we should ask for that. I think occasionally we should ask for that, ladies and gentlemen. We should ask for constructive criticism from your peers, members, whatever you think, guys, you need to do there.
But change the word criticism. Because nobody really wants to be criticized.
Yeah.
So you want constructive feedback.
There you go. Yeah, it's even better, Doc. Yep.
See, yeah. Change that vocabulary. See, change that word. Say, can we have some constructive feedback or constructive dialogue?
Yep.
See.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Areas where we can make some improvements that's going to benefit, us, not you. When you're having discussion and things like that, you have to take I and you. You have to find a way to evict I and you out of the conversation, even with family matters. When we use I and you, when we're having times of negotiations, domestic negotiations, or whatever it may be, when I say you, it puts that person on the defensive.
Yeah, right.
Because it's accusatory.
Yeah.
When it says I, see, it causes separation.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, absolutely, Doc. Yeah, because I remember, Doc, when that happened to me years ago. I said, you don't know who I am. What are you talking about? You don't even know me. You got folks that will put it, say stuff like that. and they don't. I'm going to retaliate a little bit because I did. I said, you don't know who I am. You don't know nothing about me, but you saying all this stuff, you know. And then of course I had to calm down a little bit. But the point is, you got to be ready to receive, Doc. That's the key. Be ready to receive and not retaliate, and not be on the defense all the time. When
Yeah.
people bring up stuff, and sometimes it's even when the delivery ain't right, you gotta listen to it. So maybe they're right. I didn't like the delivery, but maybe they're right. So
Could be right.
yeah, it could be right. Yeah, exactly.
Here's a master plan. Here's something that I say a master plan, but this is one of the principles that I do, and I've said it over and over again. You may have heard me say it. I say that's when you need to master breathing in your nose and keeping your
Yeah.
mouth shut.
Exactly. Yeah, Doc.
You know, breathe in your nose, keep your
Yep,
mouth shut.
yep, yep, exactly. I love it, Doc.
And so those are some things that can help, you
Yeah,
know. And then when people like the people who were saying that, you say you don't know who I am. Here's the thing:
yeah.
what caused them to form that opinion?
Right.
Now think about that.
Yeah.
Some people just don't like you to say, I don't care. Time you walk in the room, I don't like that person.
hmm Yeah.
So some people just gonna be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But then what caused them to form that opinion?
Right.
And I know when I worked, we had two different training groups in the facility, defense programs,
hmm
because we had the existing tritium facility and then we had the new tritium facility,
Okay.
233. And so when we merged training groups, now I'm coming from an area where I was the operations training manager.
hmm
I went over to existing tritium facility to become the continuing training manager
Yeah.
because my old manager from the area I was in, he had moved over there and so they took me from where I was,
hmm hmm
from operations training manager to continuing training manager in another area.
Yeah.
So I'm developing this program. Well, when we merged with this new tritium facility, we merged training groups.
Right.
That means one of the training managers is going to have to go.
hmm
Area training managers. There were two area training managers. There were there in that area. There were two operation training managers. Now I'm the only continuing training manager,
hmm
but now I'm going to get all of them now. See,
Yeah. Yeah.
now there were some guys when we went down. We went down into the building that they occupied,
hmm
and they had space and stuff in there. And there was this guy. He said, "Man, when you first came down in here, he said I didn't like you. Didn't know nothing about me, but you know
Right.
I've always been a
Yeah.
sharp dresser now, so you know, and
Yeah.
I always had this ambiance." He said, "I didn't like you." He
Yeah.
said, "But when I got to really find out who you are,"
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
and I'm talking, he and I were the two, we were closer than anybody. I was closer with him than anybody in there.
Yeah. Exactly that.
But beginning, and I knew he didn't.
Right.
See, I knew it
hmm
because here comes the new dude that's probably going to take some of their thunder. But I'm not doing, I just bring it all together and schedule this training and stuff. But I knew because we were merging.
Yeah.
So you have to get to know people in order to find out who they really are. This is what I want to tell you.
hmm
Don't make predetermined judgments of people and you don't know them.
hmm hmm
So we're talking about that thing,
Yeah.
things you like about yourself, things you don't like about yourself. Do that work, do that little thing, write it on paper and be honest.
hmm hmm
You see that if you're not honest, then it's not going to work for you. And then what do I need to work on to improve in these areas? Remember to always out love, out serve, out forgive each other. Optimum blessings to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a continuous improvement process, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about the power of transformation, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? Don't forget now, it's an inside job, okay? And in some cases, you got to take this personally, ladies and gentlemen. You got to take this one personally.
Mm,
You got to take this one
yeah.
personally, guys. This is such a need for our society today, ladies and gentlemen. And once I understood that you can't even get on the offense, ladies and gentlemen, you got to just take it personally. Understand it's part of the process, ladies and gentlemen. But it's so rewarding, Doc, because you learn about yourself, you learn about others, And guess what? You learn how to really manage yourself and others
Yes,
uh,
sir.
move forward. So it's powerful. So thank you so much for that. So our takeaway today, ladies and gentlemen, as always, is always be in continuous improvement mode. And if you need a little help, give us a call. We'll be glad to help you on that journey there. If you need just a little help in that journey as well. Hey, also too, guys, it's so important that you read up on power transformation. Doc's got some books out there that will help you in this area on specifically on uh, uh, Amazon. Amazon. You can go to Amazon, ladies and gentlemen, get the books directly, or as Doc been telling us too as well, you can go to his website. That's lcmi.world. That's lcmi.world. lcmi.world also will get you there as well. That's the website, Dr. Carnes. So I highly recommend you go both locations, or you can go to Facebook page, wherever you got to do to connect with him as well. Just type in Dr. Larry Carnes on Facebook. And of course, you can go to his Optimal Leadership Coach on Facebook as well, Optimal Leadership Coach. And of course, the website we just mentioned, lcmi.world. And of course, you can also directly go to Amazon for those who want to do that. Go directly to Amazon, just type in Dr. Larry Carnes, look for the power of transformation, look for the law of servanthood, and look for the law of humility. Ladies and gentlemen, order those books,
Yeah.
and it'll be a great opportunity for you guys to read those books, but also share those out. You know, you can have studies with those, you can have workshops with those books, guys. It's just amazing. Family time, you know, whatever. You can have a great time with just getting those type of principles, if you will, and information into the home and into your own life as well. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I was just on with a person, right before we came on, and
Yeah,
they were talking about that.
yeah,
Yeah, I travel and do workshops and do
yeah,
things like that. So they
yeah,
want to bring, starting back to do that. Of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
do the necessary precautions and things of that nature. Because I'm going to be following the protocols that's recommended.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, I am traveling, doing workshops, speaking, conferences, speaking engagements, and things of that nature.
Hmm.
Uh, Marketplace and secular. So yeah, I've started back to travel again.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for that, Doc. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we want you guys to have a great day today, rest today, enjoy today. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. Don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, enjoy the moment, enjoy today. Although there's some great planning that you got to do sometime, we understand that, but we're talking about enjoy today. Also, too, you guys take care of yourselves today. Get your exercise in, keep your immune system up, ladies and gentlemen. I am not a doctor. Check with your doctor, but keep your immune system high as possible and enjoy this wonderful day. And you guys know the protocols all across the country because some of you are flying, some of you are traveling, whether it's car, train, bus, whatever. You know the protocols. Y'all take care of yourselves and also help take care of others as well. So, Doc, thank you so much for your time today. We're out of here. We got to go. Appreciate you so
Optimum
much.
blessing.
Hey, you guys call somebody today. Let them know how much you love them, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't talked to them in a while, y'all take care, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us on your midday moment. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.